Fear is like a funhouse mirror. Chunk up, zoom out. Suddenly you see, oh shit, my mountain was a molehill. That bruises your ego, because it's like realizing you've been guarding a sandcastle with a shotgun. Chunk down, zoom in, and you find the crack in the foundation you've been tiptoeing around. That stings too, because it means you've got work to do. It's the same mechanism that makes you scared that people will think you're too naive if you see the big picture, or you're too obsessive if you get lost in the details. But here's the rub, both are true, and both are bullshit. You already do this naturally. Remember when you were 5 and you lost your toy? Chunk down. Where the fuck is it? It was on the couch. Chunked up. It's just a toy. Toys come and go. I'll get another one. Both truths coexist. And whichever frame you chose determined if you cried for an hour or went outside to play. Science calls this frame switching. Your neurons fire differently depending on whether you zoom in or out. Erickson called it therapeutic double take. The moment of confusion where your brain says, wait, which lens is the truth? That's the sweet spot where change sneaks in. Chunk up in a fight. This argument is tiny compared to the love we share. Ego winces because now you see how small your drama really was. Chunk down. When you didn't text back, I felt invisible. That one detail fucked me up. Painful but precise. Fixable. Most people stay stuck in the middle. Too zoomed in to forgive. Too zoomed out to care. Paralysis. That's fear's true prison. Notice how you already do this without thinking. Every time you plan a vacation, you chunk up. Where should we go? Then chunk down. What time does the flight leave? Every time you cook, you chunk up. I'm making dinner. Then chunk down. 2 cloves of garlic, not 3. You already flow between zoom levels. And you can install the belief now. The skill isn't alien. It's already yours. You just need to notice when to flip the switch. So why is this important? Because life keeps throwing patterns at you to trap you. Stuck in details. You obsess about one text, one mistake, the one flaw. You forget the bigger picture. That drains you. Stuck zoomed out. It's all meaningless anyway. Nihilism. You float above your problems, but never fix a goddamn thing. Fear grows in those ruts, like mold in a damp basement. Confusion is the bleach. Shake the pattern, the mold dies. Science backs this. Destabilization of rigid neural patterns opens the synapses for neuroplasticity. It's literally brain remodeling. The therapeutic double take isn't woo-woo, it's synaptic surgery. If you ignore this, you'll keep recycling the same dramas like reruns of a shitty sitcom. You'll stay addicted to patterns that fuck you up. Self-doubt, procrastination, toxic relationships. Because you never zoomed out enough to see the cycle, or zoom in enough to break the link. You'll die with the same stories still looping in your head. If you do this, you'll interrupt patterns before they eat you alive. You'll flex between perspectives like a master sculptor, big vision, fine details. You'll leave others out of their mental cages, because you know exactly when to confuse them, when to reframe, when to redirect. You're afraid to do this, because it strips away your excuses. If you chunk up, your drama shrinks, and your ego has to admit you wasted energy. If you chunk down, you see the precise screw-ups, and now you have to try to fucking fix it. Fear whispers, better not look. Stay stuck, it's safer. Bullshit. Safety is the padded cell of mediocrity. Chunking up is climbing the mountain. You see the whole valley, your problems, ants on the ground. Chunking down is putting on surgeon's glasses. You see the tumour, you cut it out. Both lenses save your life in different ways. Fear is just the bouncer at the club of growth. If you show ID, courage, he steps aside. Here's how to pace and lead others. You mirror their fear. Yeah, it's terrifying to zoom out because suddenly your problems look fucking small and it makes you feel stupid. That's pacing. Then you lead. And yet, small problems are easier to solve than giant ones, aren't they? The brain nods unconsciously. You just reframed. The top patterns that fuck people up. Obsessing over tiny shit. It's anxiety. Floating into abstraction. That's apathy. Oscillating, but never integrating. That's confusion paralysis. Defending the ego at all costs. That's zero growth. This model, zoom in, zoom out, confuse, reframe, smash all of them. Life doesn't give a fuck if you're scared to zoom in or out. The universe doesn't stop spinning because you're worried someone will think you're obsessive or naive. That's your ego crying in the corner. What matters is cause and effect. Karma. You practice this. You master your perception. You ignore it. You stay a slave to fear. Period. Fear isn't the enemy. Fear is the door. Chunk up. The door shows you how tiny your problem really is. Chunk down. The door shows you the lever that you can pull to change everything. Confusion cracks the door open. And on the other side, choice, flexibility, power. So from now on, every time you feel stuck, ask, am I too zoomed in? Too zoomed out? Flip the lens. Let confusion do its work. Let your brain lead where it wants to go. And live like the sculptor of your own mind.